I got a story for y'all today. I'm going to tell an LP story, so I'm going to leave right here what an LP is. And for those that know, they know. So this story was told to me growing up. My grandma really didn't like to talk about it, but it was told to me by my grandpa. And then as I got older, I asked her, I was like, tell a story about a time you saw a LP. And she kind of looked at me and she's like, all right. Because I've been asking for years for this story. And so one night she's laying in bed, and it's basically her house didn't have a door. They had just like a blanket over it. And basically that's how they kind of had a door. It was like rough. She grew up real rough. And she's laying in bed, and all of a sudden she kind of thought she heard something walking, kind of scurrying. Not like a rat scurry, but just kind of like it was walking at a brisk pace. And she's laying there, and she kind of rolls over, and she sees this LP standing there. And I can't remember exactly how she described it. My dad described it as like it kind of like looked like an old-timey, native back in the day. But she remembered she was frozen. And she was always told that, like, sometimes when you impede on their trail, you have to basically respect them in a way, which, could be leaving out food. It could be a certain amount of things. Different tribes have different things, but what they did is they basically laid out a little, kind of a food plate for them. Because what they didn't realize, I guess, when this house was built, this very poorly built house, that they built it on one of the LP trails where they traveled. And so they had to do that periodically, or, things start messing around. But to this day, she passed away when I was a junior in high school, and I miss her every day, and so I'm thinking about her today. But if you got an LP story, drop it in the comments below. I'd like to hear it.